something is causing volcanoes to erupt throughout our solar system. And we've also recently noticed earthquakes, quakes that is, on Mars, calling them Mars quakes. They're estimating that there are 2 earthquakes a day on Mars, and we also have moonquakes because the moon is shrinking. So what is causing these volcanic eruptions throughout our solar system? The Earth's slowing rotation was the reason given for possible increase in large earthquakes for 2018 and beyond. However, nothing was mentioned about it also increasing volcanic activity, but logic would say that this would also be the case, and it does seem to be happening. But now we see that it's happening throughout our solar system. It's not just Earth. So what is going on? One would think that perhaps there is more at play here. It's not just our Earth that has increased earthquake activity. It's every other planet in our solar system. Is this a sign of something massive moving through or maybe near our solar system? Comet 46P Weirtanden is set to make a close approach. It made the close approach December 2018. It's the only known or acknowledged object out of the norm currently and visible to the naked eye. It was December 2018. But this comet could be affecting the planets of our solar system, even if it is, no one is going to admit it. According to Live Science, NASA's Juno spacecraft recently spotted a possible new volcano at the south pole of Jupiter's most lava-licious moon, Io. But this volcanically active moon is not alone in the solar system, where sizzling hot rocks explode and ooze onto the surface of several worlds. So how do earthly volcanoes differ from those erupting across the rest of our solar system? Well, to start with, let's start with Io, Jupiter's moon Io. The moon is famous for its hundreds of volcanoes, including fountains that sometimes spurt lava dozens of miles above the surface, according to NASA. This Jupiter moon is constantly reforming its surface through volcanic eruptions, even to this day. Io's volcanism results from strong gravitational encounters between Jupiter and 2 of its large moons, Europa and Ganymede, which shake up Io's insides. Rosalie Lopez, senior research scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory Pasadena in California, managed observations of Io between 1996 and 2001 during the Galileo spacecraft mission to Jupiter. Quote, Io has lots of caldera-like features, but they are on the surface, end quote, Lopez told Live Science. She said, there are lots of lava flows and lots of lakes. Lava lakes are pretty rare on Earth. We have half a dozen of them. We think they have occurred in the past on Venus and Mars. But on Io, we actually see lava lakes at the present time, end quote. Now, Juno scientists asked for Lopez's help in identifying Io's newly found hotspot. She said the new observations of Io are welcome because Galileo was in an equatorial orbit and could rarely see the poles. And by contrast, Juno is in a polar orbit and has a much better view. There are some hints that Io might have larger and less frequent eruptions at the poles, she said, but scientists need more observations to be sure. What about Venus and Mars volcanoes? Well, Venus and Mars volcanoes are all right tonight. Venus also appears to have active lava flows on its surface, where temperatures reach more than 800 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 425 degrees Celsius. The few Soviet Venera spacecraft that landed there in the 1970s and 80s lasted only a short while. Lopez says it's unclear if Venus has active volcanoes currently, although multiple observations from Europe's past Venus Express mission suggest that it might be. One example is Eden Mons, which is a hotspot that may have erupted relatively recently. Venus has also dome volcanoes, or volcanoes with lots of peaks, although these volcanoes might be inactive. This kind of volcano is also common on Earth. A dome volcano is formed from eruptions of viscous or sticky lava with only a small percentage of gas that oozes out. Quote, volcanologists call it two-faced lava because it hides itself and oozes out, end quote. This is what Lopez said, and Mount St. Helens in Washington State is one such example, with several of these lava domes dotting its crater. Venus is also populated with other types of volcanoes and volcanic features, pancake domes, which look like pancakes, arachnoids, that's eroded calderas that look like spiders, lava flows, and volcanic plains. Venus and Mars also have shield volcanoes, a type of volcano made up almost entirely of fluid lava flows. Shield volcanoes are common on Earth, in Hawaii in particular, Lopez said. Mars possesses the highest volcano in the solar system. Olympus Mons is what its name is, and several other monster volcanoes, perhaps because its gravity is lighter than Earth's and the volcanoes can grow taller. On Mars, the volcanoes appear to be dormant as there are no visible recent lava flows on the surface. There's extensive evidence of past volcanism, though. There are floodplains of basalts as well as other types of volcanoes that were formed by more explosive volcanism because they are highly eroded on the flanks, Lopez says. Other worlds in our solar system also have lava volcanism in the ancient past, including Earth's moon, Mercury, and the dwarf planet Ceres, Lopez said. And then there are worlds with the possible cryovolcanism or icy volcanoes in which the erupting material is water or water mixed with nitrogen or methane. There's evidence of active plumes at Jupiter's moon Europa and Saturn's moon Enceladus. Saturn's moon Titan may also have past cryovolcanic features on the surface, Lopez's research has found, and other worlds with possible cryovolcanism include Triton, which is Neptune's largest moon, Pluto, and Charon, Pluto's largest moon. This was originally published on Live Science by Elizabeth Howell and his son, Bended Reality. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.